and in today's video, I kind of just want to discuss the state that Rocket League is in and ways that it can improve, because I know it can improve, and this game isn't dead, it's just in a really sore spot, because a lot of the game is heavily reliant, at least views wise and like growth wise, is it's a lot on the creators and a lot on the pro scene, and specifically a lot on like the more creative side, like the Lethemir, the even just the average like Reddles, Appjack video, like those kind of hard carry when it's not pro time, right? When the regular season's not going on, it's kind of in a drought, and it usually happens. But I think a few ideas that hopefully Epic, hopefully Psyonix can listen to is like everything that's, if you guys don't know, there's been a big like big under not undercover but big release of information uh on the pro scene, mainly from orgs, and just everyone knows that it's not the most uh money making form, but a lot of orgs, even the big ones, BDS as of right now won't be fielding a team, which is huge. Like one of the most important orgs, one of the most money making orgs in the game, is pulling out. That's not good. That kind of shows the state that it's in, right? Orgs can't hold the big names, can't hold the Monkey Moons, the Zens, like the Drawleys, but it's kind of, we're not in a good spot. So I have a few ideas that might change that. And we're gonna start off with esports, but we'll get to the regular player base a little bit later. But I just want to mainly say, main thing is org support. I forgot what team, but some OCE team, I believe. I could be wrong, but they released their like how much they made off of skins, like the esports skin decal. It was $3,000. Like, a lot of us would be like, whoa, that's a decent amount of money. That's nothing for orgs, right? And I think that, like, even if they're not the most popular, even if they don't sell much, like, you can only imagine how much, like, the popular ones made, like a G2 of Vitality, maybe an Oxygen, like the popular esports skins for the year. Like, they'll definitely outsell the 3K, but, let's say one player's salary is 12K a month. You're only covering a fourth, roughly, of their salary just on your skins, and that's per, like, let's say that's per month. That's not good, right? Fielding a roster that's, like, top tier, that's a lot of reasons why teams pull out. Like, they can't field a roster. They can't, like, if you're not in to win it all, like the BDS roster or maybe this new Vitality roster, it's gonna be really hard to, like, your ROI is pretty low. Like, so I mainly suggest higher revenue sharing per skins, right? Like, an org shouldn't be like pretty much taken for granted, and like, I don't know how else to say it, but like, we need to raise the revenue sharing, like, in general in this game. I think it's 10 or 5% go back to the orgs. I'm thinking 90%, because if you give back a large portion of that money that, the player obviously likes the decal of the team, why are we supporting an Epic or Psyonix instead of a, I don't know, Oxygen, Liquid, any of those teams, like the ones that wanted to make it, the ones that brought it to the game? It's like, why aren't we supporting those guys? A little tangent here, but it's the same for anime. If you watch on like the pirated sites, you're not supporting the already underpaid animators. So that's all I'm saying. So why would we not pay the people that are making it, right? You know, they could say, "Oh, might as well just not put in the game then." But then that shows their true colors of like primarily money. And fair play to run a business and have money on the mind, but we want to think about, you know, humanity, right? Like we should pay the people that actually make the things, or actually like are there to make the game better, right? A lot of the highest viewed moments for this game are esports related. Not so many the daily videos for like anyone. It's the big esport moments that bring in the views. Like whether it's just this game, or it's like new people coming in to see what Rocket League is, because I know this game can be so much better. Like we almost reached, I think it was last split or last worlds, or like this previous worlds, but we almost reached like T1 or tier 1 viewership, like for an esport, like I think League is a tier 1. I don't remember the other tier ones, but probably a League of Valorant. Those are like tier 1 like esports. Like those bring in a lot of money, right? A lot of views come from those games. So it's like I know we have potential for this game, but we haven't reached it. We haven't reached what I know we can reach, because I say all these harsh things, and like cuz I want the game to be what I know it can be, right? Tough love or whatever. But like another thing like for orgs is like larger prize pools as well. Like a lot of money does go into like the prize pools, but that's over a whole entire season. And a big chunk of it is usually worlds, right? So if we have, I think this prize pool is 5 million, last year was 4 million. I forgot what worlds announced it was going to be. I think it was 5 million though. That's like, if we want to think about it and like how sad that is, Gamers 8 I think was 2 million. Like spread through a lot fewer teams. But like Gamers 8 was 2 million. Like why can't the billion-dollar company or trillion-dollar company, whatever it is now because of the kids on Fortnite, uh why can't they fork over just a few more clams? Like 5 mil is nothing to them. That's like $1 to a rich guy. Like it's nothing for them. So they can take out more money, and they're gonna make it back within like a season. Like just on Fortnite, they can make that back in like 2 months or something. I'm sure of it. If not like 2 weeks. Like they can give more money to this game, right? We can clearly see that they don't care, but I really want them to care, because this game can be a moneymaker. Your method of just dropping skin after skin, pack after pack, doesn't work. Like for the majority, I might be the irregular one here that just does not buy things. Like I think the last thing I bought was the Fennec for an alt account, because I just needed a Fennec. But it's like, other than that, I haven't bought a pack in like 6 years, dude. It's been a long time since I bought something in this game. And it just goes to show, like, you can show all these, like, I think the GT3 RS just popped up in the shop or something, is coming to the shop soon or next season. It's like, cool. That's a cool car. I'd like that in real life. But it's just going to be an Octane hitbox. It's going to play slightly different than the Octane or the Fennec. And it's going to be cool for about 3 games. And then I'm back on the Fennec. Like, or the Octane. It makes no difference to me, right? Everyone's different. Like, I know people that rock the Ford Raptor. I know people that use the Jeep. Like, to each their own, right? Car wise. But I'm just gonna stick with the Octane or Fennec, and because I enjoy the cars, I like how they look. But that's just me. And one other thing to bring attention to is like off-season tourneys as well, because we're in the kind of dip where we're super excited for the next season, but nothing is going on, right? We have Salt Mine, we have the club thingy-mabob, and we have probably like, I think we had Flip and Spin and like the Rebels. We have off-season things, but it's primarily creators that do it, like Johnny Boy and his Salt Mine. I think it was CJ and Rizzo, I want to say, for the club thing. That's who I saw most of it by. It's just like, we need more things. So, one's tournaments, two's tournaments, and maybe three's tournaments from Epic or Psyonix. I know they've done a few in the past, like the Champions Road or something like that. That was a twos tournament and a ones tournament. I think there was a Rumble tournament for it too. Like, that's different. That's something. Like, that shows signs of life from these two companies. That's like, oh, we actually haven't given up. We're not just about skins and stuff. There's a little bit of care for our esports. It's like, they're not totally tone deaf, but it's like, there's more stuff from the people that are running the thing. And another thing I'll bring up later is like clubs and stuff, like the funny little AE sign next to my name. There's nothing that's happened with that in ever. So it's like, we don't need the large prize pools for them. We're not looking for like 200k, 400k, $1 million for the off-season tournaments, but maybe 10, 5, enough to get players to play, right? We just need more attention in the off-season, like from the names, from a Blast, like the people that run the esports, like a Blast, like, why was the French, I think it was a K Corp, it was a BDS or K Corp, I think it was a K Corp owned thing, but like, I watched Alpha Kep go over it, and it was like better than like Worlds or something. Like, the stadium was lit, the crowd was hyped. Like, not that Worlds isn't, but it's like there's a different atmosphere that the KC, I think, Vitality match had. Or no, it was someone else who was playing K Corp, but they were like, it was a different, like, it was good. Like, we need more of that. Like, if K Corp can run something and be that successful, what is the disconnect between the companies that own this game? I don't get it. And that's probably why I'll never be a head honcho for a company or something, because apparently you just lose brain cells and stuff like that. But another thing I want to touch on is the player base. The people that keep this game going. And first of all, I don't know if I already mentioned this because I'm upset right now, but the game is not dead. It is in a slump. That I can guarantee you. But overall, the game isn't going anywhere. It's just not growing, right? And you can say this about whatever you want, but like, we need it to grow. We don't care if it dies. We just need it to grow, because making it grow makes it not die, right? And then what if the game dies? Then you don't have any income, Epic Games. You only have Fortnite. Whoa. Which sadly will never die. But like, I just need something from them. And like, if any epic devs or people of like higher power in the company are listening, listen to the player base. Listen to the casual players. Who cares about the comp players? The casual players, I'm talking like, I guess Diamond and lower. That's a pretty casual like player. Like, pretty much everyone that's not chasing GC or SSL. We'll put it that way. Those are the casual players. Those are the people you want to pay attention to, because the comp players and the people that are always grinding will play the game, right? They're going for a rank for a reason. whether that's pride to boast or just to get. Like, let the comp players be. They're gonna complain about everything, but they're like, I say we're like the least important part. The casual player is the one that matters. And to mainly bring up this point, trading will not be coming back, bruh. I hate to be that guy, but knowing the type of company Epic has been for the past 4 years for this game, yes, 4 years for this game, they're not bringing trading back, dude. It's probably a coding error for whatever reason. Like, people can look in the coding, or like it was something in the game, the ULA or something like that. They can change that whenever they want. Someone was probably trolling around and was like, no one's gonna find this. Like, oh, whoopsie. Like, it's probably not coming back. I would love to be wrong, by the way. I would love to be wrong. But look at the track record of Epic or Psyonix. Whoever is, probably Epic made that decision. But like, think of the track record. They're not all of a sudden going to change. And what we're asking for them is to change. And that's not been happening for the past 3 years. Because the first year, I will not lie, that was a pretty good year for Rocket League. That was a pretty good boom. Pretty good growth. But, like, ever since then, there's been nothing public that they've done. Maybe they've done things behind the scene that no one can see. Probably for a good reason. Like, it's just sad. It's just sad. And another thing that kind of relates to this is listen to the majority, the casual players, the bulk of the community. What do they want? And I'm not going to count trading, because that's just a thing everyone wants back, like, no matter what, right? But like, what are we asking for? We're asking for, like, I don't want to keep saying in my streams, oh, you can get this by only being on PC. Oh, this is a workshop map that you can only access on PC. I want there to be growth for console as well. And so just, since your console, I suggest you just play the game more and go on Pillars map and fly around the map. That's like such a boring way to train, such like an important thing, like an air roll or something, an aerial. While the PC players have rings 3, workshop maps like the progressive, whatever called island. Like, we have the fun stuff. On console, it's just, yeah, go play ranked. Or, oh, casual it is then. It's like, there's not much console can do. And I just came up with the greatest idea. What if you import, because clearly you're using Unreal, not 5, but you import things that you already have in the game, like the ramps and the walls, and you reskin the map in stuff you already have. Like, take the bulk of what someone else did and repaint it, reskin it. I don't see how that's not possible. I could be wrong. I only did one year of game design, but I don't see how that's an issue. Like, just reskin it, and like, maybe it doesn't look the same, but it plays the same way. Like, rings maps, you can easily make, like, there's ring like shapes in maps, right? You just put that up, you make it larger or smaller, you put it over like a field or something, boom. Rings, maybe it's not as good as like the other ones. You just ask the people. Maybe you ask the community, hey, who wants a little bit of money? We'll pay you a little bit. Make this map for us. Or, hey guys, we're really interested in knowing what you want on console. Like, console is such an important role in any game. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a bulk If not, it used to be the bulk of the community. Maybe it's PC nowadays, but console is still really important, and we're not shedding enough light on them. And we kind of just, I guess, roll past them. But it's like, they're just as important as just the average PC player. So it's kind of like, come on. And another thing, as I mentioned earlier, was the funny AE by my name, like the like the clubs. Like, what are the clubs for? Oh, like, they're just a name. Just what? If you're duo queuing, 3 triple queuing, whatever. Wow, so cool, you got a name. Like, why not do the Valorant, do the Siege? Like, make clubs a thing where it's, like, actually important. The club rank, as so many other creators have said. I don't see why we don't have that already. Make a twos tournament for it. Like, because we already have tournaments in the game. Like, just make that, but only so that the club, like, it's only clubs. Like, I don't know how easy it is, but it's probably decently easy. If Ubisoft can do it, Epic and Psyonix can do it. If they can figure it out, if Ubisoft can figure it out, so could they. Like, come on. It's, how can some guy just sitting in his room come up with ways to improve the game that companies can't do? And maybe there's a little more sauce and a little more things that I'm not thinking about that they're trying to implement. But I'm tired of waiting for this game to get even better than it already is, right? It's such a good game. Its core is so great. The core of the community is so good. But it's like, we're missing that growth that other games have. Like, what's the point of the clubs? Nothing. Just a name. So that when you get into a match, you can say, oh, we're facing these guys. There's so much potential that can be esports side, player base side, that we're just not seeing. And, you know, we've had maybe 3, I think it's 3 really good updates this year. 3 really great updates this year, by the way. Boost and the demo camp. That's 2, actually. I take back my statement of 3. We've had 2 really good updates in the past 11 months. You know how sad that is to say? My gacha games get an update every week. It may not change the game, but they add value to the game. Like, there's some updates that, like, come out. It's like, oh, we accidentally made this bundle a little less expensive than we wanted to. Instead of $20, it's actually supposed to be $27. Sorry, on us. Or, oh, this random decal on the grog isn't actually lined up correctly. Like, who cares? I want stuff added to the game that has value, even if it's not the most. And, you know, random game modes with different what's it called? Mutators, I don't really care. That's a great addition. But, like, let the community come up with ideas. And maybe they have in the past, but it's like, I don't want to see Gridiron, the 8th edition. I don't want to see Heatseeker, but it's 3s, not 2s. I love Heatseeker. I don't care about Gridiron as much, but I love Heatseeker. Like, I'm happy that's in the game. But, like, we need to add to it. As I said earlier, hire people to come up with the ideas that, you know, the actual player base might like, you know. Maybe more money out of their pockets, but, like, over the long game, it will probably internally be more money, right? Just my thoughts. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. But, like, yet again, this game's not dead. It's just in a stale spot. And I don't know what else to do, man. I can play ranked all I want, but I can scream and shout at the mountains, but that's not going to change anything. So this will probably be, unless something ridiculous happens, this will probably be my last time just talking about how to improve the game, because clearly if they don't listen to